think one of the most harmful things about racism is that it has essentially made the truth controversial. I know a lot of Black people are not comfortable with telling the truth because there's a level of controversy in that truth. For instance, I made a video recently about how dangerous a lot of white women can be in this society. And there was pushback, which is weird because that's the truth. And over and over and over again, we have seen instances of white women being dangerous to Black people and people of color. And still, we find controversy in that fact. For instance, I recently saw a video of a hotel worker being harassed by a white woman. He has to physically subdue this woman from harming him. Now, keep in mind, this is a Black man. And so he is physically restraining this woman because she's trying to harm him. And the police come. Guess who they arrest? You got it, the Black guy. Because individual white women are backed by a system that sees them as damsels in distress. When white women are perceived as damsels in distress, every single person they come in contact with, they are a danger to. Because if you by default see a white woman as a damsel in distress, and by default you see a Black person as dangerous and violent. Put two and two together.
All right, guys. So I want to talk about this extremely disturbing, but at the same time, kind of fascinating TikTok that comes from this woke Black woman, in which, despite the threats of defamation lawsuit, is continuing to double and triple down on this narrative that the woke race hustlers of America really want to push, which is that white women are a danger and threat to society. Okay, and I want to respond to a TikTok or a few TikToks that she made where she's basically continuing to make this argument despite the facts coming out about the situation that she in fact was not the threat, okay, and that bike belonged to her and that all of her actions were justified. No, because she's white, she's inherently dangerous, which in my opinion is a dangerous idea to be pushing in society. And we got to push back against this stuff because, again, I wouldn't want people saying that Black women, okay, or that Black people are inherently dangerous. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll this clip. Take a look.
It's truly amazing to me how fast the narrative changes. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. White women are one of the most dangerous groups in the United States and abroad. At this point, we've pretty much all seen the video of the city bike incident between the Black guy and the white woman. The Black guy claimed that he bought the bike. The white woman claimed that she bought the bike. It was a tug-of-war match. But notice how white people were laying in wait for some little nugget of information that was going to absolve this white woman of taking accountability for the harm that she put these boys in. Whiteness is a cult, and they will always come to the defense of their cult members. This evidence that people are now getting on here to push to say that this white woman is innocent actually doesn't prove anything at all. But it does prove the lengths that some of y'all will go to protect white women. It's wild to me how people still see Black people as one of the most violent groups, when actually the most violent among us has the inability to hold their community members accountable for the ways in which they harm other people. You know who you are. This is exactly what I was talking about in my video. We, by default, give white women the benefit of the doubt. Is what we're trained to do since birth. She's a pregnant nurse coming off of a 12-hour shift. She would never. Well, what if I decided to give the Black boys the benefit of the doubt? Why would a bunch of Black boys steal a city bike from a white woman in a busy metropolitan area? We need to train our brains to stop seeing white women as inherently good. She's a pregnant nurse coming off of a 12-hour shift. Have you lived on this earth for, 10 years? This is not an anomaly. And even aside from the whole stealing of the bike, let's put that in the back of our minds. That white woman pretended like she was in danger by saying, help, 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 because she knew the privilege that she had. She knew that people hearing her cries of distress would run to her defense. And how many times has that ended in a Black person's death?
Never, right? Never. That's literally never has happened. That like this narrative that is extremely frustrating to me, that is coming from the left, that they want society to believe, which is that white women crying for help when a crime is being committed against them is somehow dangerous because we have a long history of black men losing their lives after a white woman cries for help, in which you have, I guess, the police or, I don't know, some enforcer of violence against black people on behalf of white women, right? They come out of nowhere and they shoot and kill the black person on the spot. That's never happened. It does not happen. Like, that's not a thing, right? Trust me, I tried to find it, okay? I think these people are taking the Emmett Till story and they're making it something that it wasn't, right? That wasn't a story of a white woman that cried for help and immediately a black boy was lynched because that's not what happened, okay? And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. And it's ridiculous because these people want to live in the 1950s when we don't live in the 1950s, right? We're not living in that reality. They're making things up, right? And this person, the irony here is that they're projecting all the things onto other people that they actually should be projecting onto themselves, because this person talks about truth and truth being uncomfortable. This person is clearly uncomfortable with the truth of basic crime statistics, right? Which clearly show that, just generally speaking, okay? I mean, again, this is a fact. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, don't take it up with me, take it up with the facts, right? Take it up with the fact that this is reality. That generally speaking, when you talk about interracial crime statistics and violence, white people definitely have more to worry about in regards to the possibility of being murdered or a violent crime being committed against them by a black person than a black person has to worry about the likelihood of being murdered or a violent crime committed against them by a white person. Those are just the facts, okay? Don't come at me, take issue with the facts, right? Facts are not hate speech. Facts are not anti-black talking points. Facts are facts, okay? Again, this person right here clearly is not dealing with facts because she's sitting here claiming that white women are inherently some type of dangerous group, as if, again, white women out here murdering people in the street. They're committing most of the murders and the violence, when that's just simply not true. I actually found some interesting data about female murderers. That is old data, but I also have new data as well too. But I just want to show you guys kind of both sources so that you guys understand that, this is probably accurate, okay? This first source here comes from the Bureau of Justice Statistics. This is a report that was made back in, I believe, 1998, right? And you shouldn't be surprised to see that times really haven't changed much. But let's look at this real quick about female murderers, okay? From 1976 to 1997, okay, you had more black women commit murder than white women. 35,357 murders done by black women. 26,485 murders done by white women. And you have nearly 6 out of 10 female murderers are black. Nearly 6 out of 10 female murderers are black. Now, what percent of the population are black women? Probably like what, 7, right? And for white women, it's probably like what, between 20 and 30. So again, you have a disproportionate amount of black women being murderers than you do white women. But again, this person went on the internet and she says, hey, I'm comfortable with the truth. And the truth is that white women are, one of the most dangerous groups in society. It's like, no. There's no facts to back up that claim whatsoever. Zero, none, not a zip, right? There are none. Okay, let's fast forward to 2021, some more recent data. Now, this was compiled, this data, by the Data Hazard Substack, which I think does an amazing job of making statistics that are very hard to find, easy to find, because again, they don't really make these statistics easy to find because they don't fit the narrative, right? In regards to, who's dangerous, who's not dangerous, statistically speaking. Again, don't get mad at me, get mad at the facts, right? I'm just presenting the facts. You can come to your own conclusion. Okay, but I'm just using this as a rebuttal here to this woman who's just saying, crazy stuff here. Again, we're just looking at females. We're gonna ignore the black males, right? So this is the FBI murder numbers, okay, for 2021, and this is the rate of murders per 100,000, okay, so per capita or whatever, okay. Now for all, as you can see down here, we're gonna just skip to all, okay. You can see the categories: black male, black female, Hispanic female, white female, whatever, right? For all, okay, all age groups, black females per capita murder rate is 5.8 for all age groups, right? White women is 0.7. 0.7. So again, we're not even gonna look at the black male statistics here because that's racist, right? But I'm just saying. Look at some of these, this right here, like this statistic right here. This statistic basically says 1 out of every 11,706 black females commit murder, right, in 2021, right, or committed a murder. 1 out of every 65,199 white women committed a murder in 2021, right? But again, what this person is pushing out there, they're saying, no. White women are inherently dangerous. They're dangerous, right? Again, I don't think that she can provide a solid example of a time where a white woman screamed for help and that resulted in a black man losing his life on the spot. I guarantee you she can't name anything, right? The crime statistics don't fit the narrative that she's pushing out there. She's just making it up, right? She's making it up because she doesn't want to live in reality. And honestly, for her inability to live in reality is honestly dangerous to her own life. Because if she's worried about who is the most dangerous group or who is the most dangerous towards black women, statistically speaking, then she should worry about black men. Now, again, is that something that we should come out here and say, oh, black men are inherently dangerous? No, you shouldn't say that because the vast majority of black men are not. But if we're going to have this conversation and you want to have this conversation about the most dangerous groups in society, and if we're sticking with the facts and the statistics and the evidence, if you're looking at women, you might want to point the finger towards yourself, right? And if you're looking at men, more specifically, if you're looking at that bike situation, the city bike Karen situation, you're saying, statistically speaking, who was likely the criminal, right, in that situation, you might want to point the finger at the young black scholars. And it's funny because society's been so brainwashed that the exact opposite of what she claimed happened actually is what happened in reality, which is when this story first came out, everybody looked at the white woman as the aggressor. She was the one in the wrong. She didn't get the benefit of the doubt. Her whiteness didn't save her, right? But it came to find out that, again, people who have an IQ above room temperature knew basic crime statistics. They knew that the chances of this white woman actually stealing a bike from a group of five young black scholars is basically slim to none. We already knew to be skeptical, right? We knew that, hey, you know what? The likelihood that this story is the way that the mainstream liberal media is framing it and the woke race hustlers of America are framing it is very unlikely. It just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen. But yet these people come out here and they make these silly claims and they're trying to gaslight white women with white guilt into basically them deleting themselves, okay, or allowing themselves to be deleted by criminals. Because again, crying for help while a criminal is committing an act of violence against you or is robbing you, apparently is racist. You're supposed to stand there and let it happen. Just let it happen. Again, it's disgusting, man. It really is. The type of rhetoric that has come out of this city bike Karen situation is really a mask off moment for the end goal of what a lot of these people want in this country. I'm keeping it 100 with you. They're telling you exactly what they want. They quite literally are telling white women, you rather let yourself be deleted, okay, at the hands of a criminal, than to cry for help. Don't dare cry for help, because that's racist. You're putting other people's lives in danger because you are a dangerous person. Even though none of the crime statistics, none of the facts and evidence justifies that. But again, these people are living in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.